Take two. Short and crisp for me. Our MC is Jamie Salinas. Our intermission is Liz Bouchard. We didn't get the name of our accomplices on piano, so might have to do. Jolene Poole. So I'll hand it over to Jamie.
Thank you. Yeah, just like he said, my name is Jamie Salinas. I work for an organization that is called Forward Worthington. We are a combination of the Chamber of Commerce, the Worthington Area Chamber of Commerce, Worthington Area Convention and Visitors Bureau, and the Worthington Regional Economic Development Corporation for the entire area and for Nobles County. A lot of folks are wondering, what is that all about? It's like, well, a couple of years ago, there were three separate entities, the Chamber, the CVB, and WREDC. And just a couple of years ago, they decided to merge and do business under one name and having one board of directors instead of having three different board of directors. So now it is one board of directors for the Chamber of Commerce, and for the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and for the Worthington Regional Economic Development Corporation. You're probably wondering, what does the Chamber do? Chamber is all about supporting business in the area. We want to help it grow. We want to help it nurture. We want folks to come and shop at our stores and all that. CVB, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, it's all about attracting tourism to our area here. We want people to stay in our hotels, eat in our restaurants. We want folks to have big meetings here. In fact, we are helping out the Worthington Elks Lodge. This year they are once again hosting their the Minnesota State Convention for the Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks, and that's actually going to be coming up next weekend. So you'll see quite a few new people, maybe some new faces around town next weekend for that conference. Now, for the Worthington Regional Economic Development Corporation, more about economic development. What does that mean? You're wondering. They're like, Jamie, I don't know what economic development is. Well, it's a few different things. We've got workforce folks in the workforce, folks working and working jobs here in the area. It's workforce housing. If we want people to come work, we want them to be able to have some place to live. Childcare also falls under that umbrella of economic development, and that's all those things that we are definitely a part of and trying to help nurture and to help support and to help improve the quality of life here in our area. Now, when I learned that I was going to be able to have a chance to be the MC for this, I thought, you know what, Salinas, you have arrived. You have finally been recognized all these times. It only took me 15 years. It's okay. But very glad that I got the phone call and was coming up because my family has come to these concerts every year for a number of years. Even the Memorial Day ones, the 4th of July ones, we come out and seeing all of the great MCs that come to mind, like Pat O'Neill. He was here last week. Cheers for Pat, yeah. Ryan McGahey who, of course, formerly of the Daily Globe, now doing news over at Radio Works. Gretchen O'Donnell, I think she's going to be coming up later on this summer, so you'll get to hear her lovely voice here once again. But I was talking to Randy Davis, who is down here, right here in front. Randy Davis from Studio 3, recording. Yep, yeah, there it is. We wouldn't get any of the recordings of this weekly concert without Randy. And I was talking to him and saying, hey, I get a chance to be the MC for this thing, so I'll see you out there. And he's like, well, and I was talking about how, traditionally, dad jokes get thrown out quite a bit for this thing. And he's like, well, Jamie, coming up this weekend, it's Father's Day. I was like, oh, yup. It's going to be raining dad jokes here. So without further ado, I have a list of dad jokes I would like to recite here for you. First one here, kind of a bit of a local tie, I thought. Just recently, just last week, we held a ribbon cutting over at the Sanford Worthington Medical Center, the hospital in downtown Worthington. They had just recently opened up shop, a brand new MRI machine at the hospital. Maybe you noticed some construction over the winter, over kind of on the end by the emergency room area. They have installed a brand new MRI machine, a machine that they are very proud of. We have actually become the envy of the region because of this brand new MRI machine. Now, they say it's a 3 Tesla, which, you and me are like, I don't know what that means. But you talk to somebody at the hospital, they're like, oh, 3 Tesla! So it's going to be very good. So thank you very much to Sanford Worthington for investing in our area and investing in Worthington and bringing back, bringing a brand new machine to Worthington to serve not only our region, our town, our city, but also the region as well. So I bring you this dad joke right here. Now I don't know if you knew this, but dogs actually cannot operate MRI machines, but cats can. Starting off right. That's what I love. All right. Our first selection for tonight is called Mount Healthy. Welcome. Of course, we'll begin with Henry Fillmore's March in 1916. Fillmore bet fellow composer John Clore to prove that music sold because of its merits rather than a composer's popularity. To camouflage its origins, Fillmore wrote the march under the pseudonym Gus Beans and named it Mount Healthy by selecting the title randomly from a list of Cincinnati, Ohio suburbs. After listening to Fillmore's popular toe-tapping march, decide for yourself if he won the bet. Bring you Mount Healthy. Mount Healthy. Now, some folks may or may not know me and my family are not from here originally, from Worthington. We come from elsewhere in the nation. Myself, I was born and raised in Garland, Texas, which is a suburb of Dallas. Was there until I graduated high school. Went to a Catholic high school, Jesuit college preparatory school in Dallas. After graduation, decided to leave Texas because we never really went anywhere when growing up with vacations and stuff like that. The most glamorous vacation we took when I was a kid was we went to Hot Springs, Arkansas, which at the time was right around, I believe, the election of Bill Clinton, President Bill Clinton, because they had a whole lot of signs. They wanted to let you know that that was the hometown of Bill Clinton. So that was very great and very fascinating. Went to Arizona State for college. While I was down there, met my wife, Jennifer, who, yep, right over there. That's a wave high. Thank you very much. From there, she moved to St. Paul. She did her undergraduate degree at Hamline University in St. Paul, was in Arizona working on her postgraduate studies, working on a master's degree. And from there, we did a long distance thing. I said long distance is bad and not fun, so I moved to St. Paul. My father and I motored into St. Paul March of 2000. Things happened, and we eventually made our way down, and eventually winding up here in Worthington. We became a part of Worthington in 2008 when I became a part of the radio station here in town. Was there on the air for Three Eagles Communications, and then when Chad Cummings Group took over and renamed it Radio Works, I was on the air there up until November of 2020. And then sold beer for a couple of years for Dahl Distributing, which some of you may remember as Hagen Distributing, and then now with my position now as Executive Director of Forward Worthington. Jennifer, my wife here, insurance agent over at First State Insurance Agency Southwest, which is inside First State Bank Southwest. 2 children have we. My son Casey, who is actually clarinet right behind me here. Thank you very much. Yep. Have to acknowledge. Worthington High School class of 2022, starting to get into his 3rd year at the University of Minnesota up in the Twin Cities, where he is a member of the marching band. So we're very proud of everything that he's done here. So if you go to any Gopher football games this football season, you'll just know that there's a Worthington kid out there. My daughter Megan, who is not here tonight, she is going into her senior year. She'll be a member of the class of 2026. So she is 25? Fine, 25. Casey has to be right all the time. No, but class of 2025, and she's very excited about that. What she want to do, she doesn't know, and that's a-okay. We are a-okay with that. That's I think it's kind of yeah. If you know where you're doing, if you know exactly what you're doing, awesome. If not, I think that's just as fine. But very happy that our children have gone through the school system here in Worthington from beginning to end, from kindergarten through senior year at WHS, and we're happy to call this place home. Now, thanks. How about this? Let's get back to dad jokes. Enough sentimentality. Let's get to dad jokes. We want to laugh. How about this one? Weddings, of course, are a big thing during the summer. They call it wedding season for a reason. So we ask the question, why do melons have weddings? What? They need to wait for the punchline first before they start going. Yes, it is because they can't elope. So, all right, so that one got ruined for you. How about this? Where do fruits go on vacation? Paris. All right. What do we got coming up next year? Let's move Paris. Yes, you know. All right. Exactly. Took a little bit, but I knew you'd get there. The next band we would like to share, the band would like to share, The Night Has a Thousand Eyes, which is a song written by Benjamin Weissman, Dorothy Wayne, and Marilyn Garrett. Became a popular hit in 1962 for Bobby V. Many folks in the audience, I'm sure, still remember Bobby V. Spending 14 weeks on the Billboard Hot 100, its quick, upbeat tune is sure to pep anyone up. However, the lyrics show a bit of a deeper side, the themes of suspected unfaithfulness and lies. Tonight's arrangement is by Matthew Saxman, Fulda High School band director and a member of the Worthington City Band. Please enjoy The Night Has a Thousand Eyes. dad jokes. All right, now Father's Day. Of course, lots of dads probably going to be hitting the links, swinging the clubs, having some time alone, maybe with their buddies, maybe having a few beverages and riding around in the golf cart, following a ball somewhere, and a lot of questions that are asked about dads that go golf is, why do dads take an extra pair of socks when they go golfing? Oh, someone's smart. Yup, just in case they get a hole in one. See, I think I need to pick better dad jokes, ones that people don't know the answers to already. Here's something I love to do: singing in the shower. I think it's always fun, especially when you think you're by yourself and you can just let loose. Singing in the shower is fun until you get soap in your mouth. Then it's a soap opera. That's what I like. Thank you very much. Let's move on to our next selection here. This one is a pretty fun one. The next tune is called "Simple and Clean," and is by a Japanese-American composer called Utada Hikaru, and this "Simple and Clean" is actually the main theme song for the video game series called Kingdom Hearts. If you're a gamer, you know what I'm talking about. If you're unfamiliar, it is a role-playing game that actually includes many Disney characters as both the traditional heroes and the traditional villains. Mickey Mouse plays and Goofy. They play starring roles in this with the protagonist and going about accomplishing quests and all that. The creator of the game and the composer of this song were good friends, to the point where the creator designed one of the main characters after the composer. And the composer, in turn, created this song as a favor to the game's creator. Now, in this tradition, this variation of the song was written for the amazing Worthington City Band specifically as a gift in order to create art and the sounds that the band itself can provide. The game itself focuses especially on ideals such as friendship, kindness, and entrusting others in order to win the battle and to save the day. And with that, please enjoy the song as the band comes together in friendship with a shared desire to create art. Please enjoy "Simple and Clean." Yeah, I forgot to mention that arrangement of Simple and Clean was by Nathan Johnson. So another round of applause for him again. Stand up, be recognized. All right. So one of the things with the Chamber, with Forward Worthington, is we enjoy promoting lots of fun stuff to do throughout the year, and the month of July is no different, coming up very soon. Now, let's see here, for especially what's become a new tradition here in Worthington is Radio Works Beach Bash over at Centennial Park up the streets. That is coming up on July 3rd, as it always does, over at Centennial Park, 5 o'clock until, I believe it probably about until 8 or 9 o'clock they've got Sellout Stereo, the band Sellout Stereo there, cover band, and also a local boy, Matt Tennyson, who's a Round Lake native. He was actually a performer last year at Radio Works Beach Bash, so that is again coming up on September the 3rd. Also, the Worthington Regional Healthcare Foundation has its annual golf tournament coming up on July 15th. Very popular event, always sells out. If you enjoy golfing in those kind of environments, then I would suggest that you hit up Jeff Rodert, the director of the Worthington Regional Healthcare Foundation, and get your golf team in. You can call our office, the Forward Worthington office, 507-372-2919, or of course you can stop by our office inside the JBS Fieldhouse, 700 2nd Avenue in downtown Worthington. Also, their Heart of Gold raffle is going on as well, $20 per ticket for that. International Festival coming up very soon. That's going to be on July 11th through the 13th, another event, one of our premier events that we like to host here in town. This year, a little bit of a different location. In years past, of course, we're all used to going out to the Government Center in downtown Worthington and enjoying the festival out there. But with the construction going on 3rd Avenue, they have moved it temporarily. They're going to do it over at Sailboard Beach, which was the location of the Worthington Windsurfing Regatta and Music Festival. So they will hold it there. For this year, we figure, you know what, works out for the regatta. It'll be a good place to do that too. Also that weekend, the King Turkey Day Smoke and Gobbler Barbecue Cook-Off is going to be on the 12th and 13th of July. Over at the Nobles County Fairgrounds. Also a raffle involved with that one. You can contact our office if you're interested in that. Also, the Agribusiness Committee Forward Worthington is bringing to you once again the annual Farm to Table event, a fundraiser for scholarships that the Agribusiness Committee likes to give out to students in Nobles County. That Farm to Table event will be on the 23rd. That's a Tuesday night, downtown Worthington, right on 9th Street, right between the Historical Society and the Forbidden Barrel Brewery. That section of 9th Street right there between 3rd and 2nd Avenue. $50 ticket for that. If you are interested, you can come by our office again, the Forward Worthington office at 700 2nd Avenue in downtown. All right, but enough about that. More more dad jokes. Less talk, more dad jokes. And what I have for you this time, cars. I like cars. I like to try and drive something that maybe nobody else is really driving. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but it's always a fun time. So, but you got to wonder, what kind of cars do eggs drive? And that's a Yolks wagon. Yep. I hear they're great cars. Great, very economical. Well, how about this? I love dogs. We have our dog. Our dog's named Baker, and he's scared of everything, especially if you take him to the park. It's a debacle. But every time I take my dog to the park, the ducks try to bite him. Maybe that's why he's so scared. But then again, that's what I get for buying a purebred dog. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. Fortunate to have many amazing sections in our band. Tonight we are going to feature the French Horns with James Ployhar's original composition, Horns on the Run. James Ployhar was a famous music educator, composer, and arranger of numerous pieces for concert bands, several of which feature different sections. In traditional marches, horns are often found playing afterbeats or other boring rhythmic patterns. Horns on the Run showcases our talented French horn section and their beautiful melodies. We hope you like this catchy tune.
If we suck, it's Jamie's fault.
Lies. All lies. right? You know, seeing Mike Thompson here kind of made me remember something. Mike Thompson, band director at Worthington High School, coming up this weekend. All of last week and all this week, Worthington High School Spirit of Worthington Trojan Marching Band has been in the midst of band camp. They are learning a brand new show that they're going to be performing this weekend at the Fulda Wood Duck Festival Parade. And big shout out to those kids there. Casey was a part of it. Megan's a part of it. This Friday on Clary Street in front of the high school, 6 o'clock, they'll be performing their brand new parade show, which is called A Hero's Destiny. And they'll have a meal before at 5:30 and $5. And you can enjoy that meal and then watch the kids perform that brand new parade show, 6 o'clock, right in front of the high school on Clary Street. All right. 5 o'clock, not 5:30. Yes, thank you, Casey. He's always ready to correct me. All right, intermission time. And our entertainment this week is Liz Burchard. Welcome.
Thank you. I had another choice in mind if the weather would have been different tonight. It would have been gray skies are going to clear up. But I chose this one instead for tonight, so here we are. Yes, it's very nice to be here. Jolene Cool is accompanying me tonight, and give her a hand, please. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to do this in the park. I've done it a few other times, and I just really enjoy it. And I only live about a block away, so I can just walk here too. So anyway, our next song is What a Wonderful World. Words and music by George David Weiss. I see trees all green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They say, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful It was kind of fun because when I got here tonight, I looked around a little bit and I thought, and this little boy that was up, the younger boy, the scout, I discovered who he is. I taught his father. And I taught him when he was in grade school at Sioux Valley, when we was still a school at Sioux Valley around Lake Brewster, at the Sioux Valley School. And yes, and then I also taught with his mother, his grandmother, the little boy, his grandmother. And there she is over there. You can say hello to her. But anyway, it's kind of fun. Plus, I just while I was singing this song, noticed I have another student from the Sioux Valley Round Lake School at Sioux Valley, and it is Paul Solik. Stand up, Paul Solik. And he is a teacher at a college now, teaching music and an organist, very well-known organist. So I'm so proud of him as well as having him for a student. And I saw the mother first, and then I looked and who's sitting beside you? Yay, I haven't seen you in years. All right, so All right, the next one is called I Believe, and the words and music are by Irvin Drake and Irvin Graham and Shimmy Sherrill and Al Stillman. So there's 4 of them. Enjoy. I believe for every drop of rain that falls, a flower grows. I believe that somewhere in the darkest night, a candle glows. I believe for everyone who goes astray, someone will come to show the way. I believe. I believe above the storm, the smallest prayer will still be heard. I believe that someone in the great somewhere hears every word. Every time I hear a newborn baby cry or touch a leaf or see the sky, then I know Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
All right, time for the traditional Candy March. Kids of all ages, we invite you to march along with the band during their next song. Meet by the edge of the stage right over here. There we go, getting off to a great start. And get ready to march. Thanks to Johnson Jewelry and the Stag Clothiers, both in downtown Worthington, for providing candy this season. So now let's move on with the next song, which is called Military Escort. This will be the Candy March for today. This is composed by Henry Fillmore, this time using another one of his many pseudonyms, Harold Bennett. Other names he's used included Gus Beans, like we talked about earlier from our first piece, Will Huff, Al Hayes, Harry Hartley, and Henrietta Hall. He chose the composer's name based on the difficulty and type of piece. Military Escort was written during the golden age of marches in the early 20th century. John Philip Sousa reported to have told Fillmore, "I wish that march had my name on it." The march begins with an opening fanfare and then passes the melody around to almost every section. Please enjoy Fillmore's classic march, Military Escort. Well, earlier I mentioned that on July 3rd it is RadioWorks Beach Bash over at Centennial Park, and I mentioned that one of our performers for that one is going to be Matt Tennyson, a Round Lake native. Also has a background in fitness. He was actually a bodybuilder, and so this has kind of inspired me with my next dad joke here. Question is, why did the gym close down? It just didn't work out. Thank you. And for the arts, 2 artists had an art contest. It ended in a draw. You made me snort, stop it. Precious Lord, Take My Hand, originally a traditional gospel tune. Reverend Thomas A. Dorsey wrote Precious Lord in 1932 in response to his incredible sadness at the death of his wife, Nettie Harper, in childbirth, followed by the death of his infant son. The song was a favorite of Martin Luther King Jr., and at his request was sung at his funeral in 1968. In fact, King's last words before his assassination were a request to play this tune at the evening's Mass. Here is Precious Lord, Take My Hand, arranged by Robert W. Smith. All right, dad jokes. It's been a night of dad jokes. Father's Day weekend coming up this weekend. Honor your father, whether they are still with us or whether they have passed on. Always a special weekend. Now, one thing I like to do, I like to give out dad jokes for all ages. So this one, I say this one's for the kids. This one's for the kids. What kind of music do mummies listen to? Rap, yes, see? Got some folks who are with it here. I like that. Open-minded in their choice of music. So speaking of rap, this one here. Why does Snoop Dogg always carry an umbrella? For drizzle. If you don't know the reference, I can explain it later. It's a-okay. Now, many folks in the audience, you're going to recognize this next song here, used as the theme song in the opening credits for the 1995 Disney Pixar film Toy Story, You've Got a Friend in Me. It's an iconic tune written by Randy Newman. Newman is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, has received 20 Academy Award nominations. Now, this particular song was nominated for both an Oscar and a Golden Globe in the Best Original Song category, but unfortunately lost both to Pocahontas' Colors of the Wind. So you can enjoy our version of You've Got a Friend in Me by Randy Newman, arranged by John Higgins. Before we get to our final selection, just one more shout out to the Spirit of Worthington Trojan Marching Band. Like I mentioned earlier, in the midst of band camp, learning a brand new show, brand new parade show that they call Hero's Destiny, and they will be having a community preview. They call it the Parent Preview, but anyone from the community can come out and enjoy. Coming up on Friday, 6 o'clock, in front of the high school on Clary Street. There will be a meal served, sponsored by Wambo, Worthington Area Music Boosters Organization, and they'll be helping out with that. That'll start at 5 o'clock, and that meal will cost $5. But the music will start at 6 o'clock with the Spirit of Worthington Trojan Marching Band. There it is. With the Spirit of Worthington Trojan Marching Band showing and presenting for the first time ever their brand new parade show, Hero's Destiny, and then they'll be starting their series of parades on this weekend, this Saturday night. They'll be up in Fulda for the Fulda Wood Duck Festival Parade. So 5 o'clock parade time, 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Last call. 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. All right. 6 o'clock. Now, before we go, this is my last opportunity to deliver you dad jokes. So we're going to do, I love a good sausage joke. Did you hear the sausage joke? It's the worst. How about a different food? Why did the woman go on the date with the mushroom? He's a fun guy. He's a fun guy. Never met a mushroom I didn't like. They're always fun. And finally, how about this one? What did one hat say to the other? Wait here. I'm going on ahead. Our next song here, Carl Strauman piece titled Eagle Lake March. Strauman uses music to describe America's natural beauty from coast to coast, and this piece is no exception. Commissioned for a South Carolina band in 2002, the stately tune has a memorable melody intertwined with wonderful counter melodies, leading to a harmonious ending. We invite you to imagine relaxing by a lake as you listen to the Eagle Lake March. My name is Jamie Salinas. Have a good evening.
2 in the books. 6 more to go. 7 if you count 4th of July. Jamie, thank you so very much. Great to hear you as an MC. And the dad jokes were very good. And Liz and Jolene, thank you so much. Always fun to hear you sing. So, yeah, I'm sure this morning some of you were wondering, we're going to have this memorial outdoor concerts. Great traditions and such a fun band shell to play in. The history of this thing is, look it up. It's just phenomenal. The acoustics up here. I got to be careful when I'm talking to the band because you can hear me coming right back out here. It is just such a joy to play in something like this. So, with that said, we'll see you guys next Wednesday, right here. It's going to be gorgeous. Our tradition is America the Beautiful, followed by the Star Spangled Banner. Thanks again for coming.